Business owners, come closer. Let me show you how to make Greek yogurt at home for that your perfect business. And this video is not just for business owner, it's for everyone who wants to know how to make Greek yogurt and the mistake you should avoid when making your yogurt. If it sounds like what you want to know, you want to keep on watching and watch to the end to derive maximum benefits. To make yogurt, you need your milk like so. Feel free to use any milk of your choice. This is 2 cups of powdered milk I'm using, and for each cup of milk you are using 2 cups of water. Then I'm using 4 cups of water for 2 cups of milk. So I'm adding hot water. The water I'm using, I allowed it to get boiled, then allow it to cool a little before pouring it into the milk. To get your accurate measurement, use whatever you use to measure the milk to measure the water. And if you increase your quantity of milk, make sure your water is going to be increased. Just the simple mathematics is 1 cup of milk to 2 cups of water. So that's where you can calculate the rest you need. So mix it like so after pouring in the water till there are no more lumps. In the beginning of this video, I told you there are some mistakes you need to avoid when making yogurt. This is mistake number 1. When making your yogurt, do not skip this part. You want to sieve out any lumps from your milk. You don't want to have yogurt that is rough when you are done making it. So this is very essential for you to do this. Sieve it out so that your yogurt will be very smooth when you are done. Use a tiny old sieve like so and sieve. You see this residue that is forming lumps in your milk? Do not throw it away. Just do it like so. Use your wicks to press it in like this. That way you're not going to waste your milk. And after everything, you can turn your milk back into your bowl. Can you see how smooth this is? Can you see how smooth it is looking? There's no more lumps in it. This is how you want your milk to be before you proceed to the next step. That way your yogurt is not going to come out lumpy when you are done. This next step is very vital, so pay close attention to this. You don't want to make the mistake a lot of people make. Make sure your milk is at the right temperature before you pour in your culture to it. It should not be too cold, neither should it be too hot. It should just be at the perfect temperature. It should not be lukewarm either. If the back of your palm can withstand the heat, then know that it is at the right temperature for you to add your starter culture. Or you can dip one finger in. If you can withstand the heat, then you are good to go. Now in a separate bowl, pour in some quantity of milk into it and add your starter culture. Mistake number 3. Do not add your starter culture into your big bowl directly. Your yogurt is not going to come out that way. So just do it like this and give it a good mix. Make sure everything is well combined before pouring it into your main bowl. Now you want to give everything a good mix to be well combined so that the marriage between the starter culture and the milk can take place properly. And you want to get your lid, grab your lid and cover tightly. Make sure there are no space for air to penetrate in. You need all the heat you can get. So now you can grab a polythene bag like so and put it in. Make sure you wrap it very well. This is to trap in more heat. You need that heat to get your yogurt to be fermented. And after doing this, you want to keep it in the warmest part of your kitchen or in your house. Mine is my oven. That way no one is going to disturb it there. So make sure you keep it where nobody is going to disturb it, where it's not going to be shaked or disturbed by your children, by your kids, by anybody. So I'm going to wrap it further with this thick towel. If you have a thick towel like so, you can use it to wrap it, and I'm going to place this in my oven. So I'm going to put on the oven light to generate more heat. You need all the heat you can get. You want to leave this in your oven for 8 to 10 hours, and I don't want mine to be more tangy. I don't want that tangy yogurt. So after 8 hours I brought it out. But if you want it to get that more sour tangy taste, you can leave it for up to 10-12 hours. Yeah, so after 8 hours, this is how my yogurt came out. So when you see your whey on the surface of your yogurt like this, do not panic. Your yogurt is well fermented. These are whey. So next, I'm going to sieve out the whey. To get your Greek yogurt, this next step is very essential. Can you see how the yogurt is? Can you see how thick it is? So I just felt I should show you guys this before pouring it into my cheesecloths. That is my chiffon cloth. So you can use cheesecloth for this too. If you want that perfect Greek yogurt, you don't want your yogurt to strain out from your sieve, you want to use cheesecloth or a chiffon cloth like this. When you use a tiny old sieve, that can get more of your yogurt out, and I don't want that, so I'm using this one. Just get a cheesecloth. It is not expensive. Can you see the whey coming out? This is how you get your Greek yogurt. Now you're going to tie the knot like this and allow it to strain out all the liquid just the way you like it. So I'm going to place this in the refrigerator. You want to place this in the refrigerator for up to 3 to 4 hours or 2 to 3 hours, just the way you would like your Greek yogurt. So you want to be checking it within intervals to see if it is okay. So after 2 hours, this is what I have. 2 to 3 hours, this is what I have. It is thick, no more whey coming out from it anymore. So this is the way I want it. And can you see the whey? Can you see how the whey is? This way is useful. Do not throw that away. You can use it for smoothies. If you do not want to use it for that, you can give it to your plants to serve as nutrients for them. So this is how the Greek yogurt came out eventually. Can you see how thick this is looking? This is how you want your Greek yogurt to come out. See how clean my chiffon cloth is looking. The yogurt is not sticking to it, but if you are using the other sieve, your yogurt is going to, you are going to lose some of your yogurt. So can you see how thick my Greek yogurt is? I like it this way. If you don't want it this thick, you can add some little amount of whey to it and mix like so. Can you see how thick it is? It is not coming off from the spoon. This is how I love my Greek yogurts. So to lighten the consistency, I'm going to use this electric whisk to whisk it a little to lighten it up so that it will be fluffy. But if you don't have this electric whisk, you can use your spoon or your spatula to do that, or you can just add whey to your yogurt and use your spoon to whisk it and you are good. So I just want it to be fluffy. That's why I'm doing this with my electric mixer. This is not compulsory. If you are not yet subscribed, please take a moment to hit on that subscribe button, and don't forget to give the video a massive thumbs up if you derive benefits, so that the algorithm can push it to others who would find it helpful also. Thank you so much. Can you see how fluffy this is looking? This is how I want it. Like this, you can start licking your yogurt, but I'm going to take a step further. I'm going to cover it with my lid and put it in my fridge and allow it to cool just for a few minutes. 30 minutes is okay and we are good. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do not forget to give me a thumbs up, okay? And I will see you in the next one. I'm Faith Uche. Lots of kisses. Bye for now. Mwah.